Okay, wow. So I have been out this morning running errands, getting the car washed, and I am really glad I missed all this awesomeness that has happened this morning. Good Lord. So, let's talk about, first off, okay, what we'll do is we'll go back and talk about how I create my lines. We're just going to remove everything over here. And we're just going to select all. Remove all that. So when I create my Fibonacci lines or my blue lines on the chart, it's pretty basic and very, very simple. I'm going to remove these over here. Horizontal lines. I've got all my text. I don't need my text. We're good. Okay, so I start with the biggest time frame. I start with a 1597. I just grab my line tool and I go back and look where some of the major pivots happened. So this turned it around right here, bounced up against this area quite a few times. This had a pretty decent turnaround right in here. And then we go back down here, maybe a few areas right here where it just really pushed it around. And then I go back and look and see if I missed some things, which every day I redraw them. It usually gets things in the same area. If it comes down here today, we're just going to have some lines already drawn out. So you can see it bounced in this area quite a few times. Go back and look, here it's bounced off of this area a couple times, it bounced off this area a couple times, it hit here, it hit here, it used it as support and resistance. It's pretty basic. So guess what? I do the same thing in the MACDs. Thank you, Glenn, for actually having me focus on that just a little bit more. One of my students, he had it in his, and I was like, actually that's a pretty good idea. And I started really looking it over, and you can see these areas regularly get hit. So I don't use the 30 and 40 lines because I'm looking at just regular areas. And the reason I don't use, a set 30 or 40 line is, guys, it's moving all the time. This is always shifting. So, being aware of that idea is that, yeah, sure, the 30 lines, the 40 lines, the 20 lines, and there's nothing against using them. I'm just saying you've got to be aware that there's other options. There are other things that happen besides just that. Right about here. No, that one's not very calculated, but these are actually very, very close. And these are areas, guys. They're not exact prices. They're not exact numbers. They're not exact percentages. That's why when you see things like, let me spread this open. When I was talking about yesterday, these areas that it was coming into, it wasn't exact prices that it was hitting, but it was definitely in this area that it kept holding up. I think I actually had more lines on here yesterday than I do today. Yesterday I just I wasn't a fan. Wasn't my favorite day in the world. Okay, so that's how we create those lines. Now, let's go back to the market, and we'll have to draw our HTF, EMA in. I just draw a line along this pink line right here. It's going to show up over here as long as you have it set properly, which means that attached to all charts. If you ever just want it on that one chart, you're going to click on the one chart that you want it on. So, and I'm changing it to salmon, which is close to whatever color I made my pretty pink over here. Pale violet red. Just has the potential for everything to go into line with this crossing down pretty hard. It's not pretty. I mean, the last couple days, and I will not be trading tomorrow. I have a workout planned at 9:30 in the morning, a lift class. I'm excited about checking that out. It'll be my first time to go to this particular place. And then I have lunch plans, chiropractor lunch plans. So Friday, I don't even see, maybe from 8:30 to 9, but somehow I doubt it. And today, I've only got about another 20 minutes that I can trade because I have a session with one of my students. Ugh. So I'm like, I'm trying to determine what's happening here. We had a strong push yesterday, was crazy. Then it made that strong push to the upside, and then boom, it shot down really hard. And then it just kind of piddled around, kept pulling back up towards this area, and then just pushed off of there. It went to the downside. It made some divergence. It didn't really pass that area, so this divergence may hold and push it back to the upside. There were opportunities for sure that you could have taken that obviously people did take or would not have moved in this direction. But right now, everything is back below the zero line on both charts. The MACD's led lower when it pulled back up here, but it's just, it's another one of those days that it's really indecisive. I like to wait for a very, sure, I guess you could say sure market before I trade. I mean, in the long run, it's going down, but you can see through the last two pivots, the price went up. So it's really trying to push back up, but if it's going to go up, it's going to have to go away. I mean, obviously it's got plenty of room to go up to here, and once it goes up to there, it hasn't been that high in a very, very long time. One of my students is writing me. Give me 1 second. I mean, it's been trying to push up, but we can see that it's really, it's back below everything. So the best way to trade is to the downside, like with this pullback here. But if you want to go for it, it's all you. A lot of strength in the MACDs to the downside on the 1597. The MACDs on the 610 have already started to show a slowdown with the push, the pullback, and then right here you equaled that previous pivot. The MACDs did not. Today may be one of those days that I post a video that has no trades. All right, Randy-O. I think Randy-O is my biggest fan, and I appreciate you. You make me feel special. Thank you very much. Yeah. just kind of looking at the last time this happened, right back here. It just popped right off of this area in the MACDs and went up very, very strong. You see it was a weak angle down here as it pushed down. The EMAs didn't open up, and then it just popped back up. We may see that same kind of thing happening right here. So this is the type of market that you don't trade from the EMAs. This is the type of market that you trade from area to area. Or you just sit and watch. I mean, I think that I do pretty well in reading the market, but when it comes to something like this is like me, I don't know, trying to get, it's almost like navigating through a city with crazy super highways and having no idea, having no navigation system. I think about that because Houston has a lot of highways. And if you don't know what you're doing, you can get kind of wrapped up in them and not sure what's going on. I mean, in the long run, everything is still below the zero line on both charts. It's finally starting to get in order, although it was in order back here as well with the 3 EMAs. Oh, yeah. There's just not a lot to talk about right now. I think I've kind of said it all here. It's not something that I'm willing to trade because I like to have money in my account. I mean, that's the best way I could put it. Sure, I could give it a shot and hope for the best, but there is just, and I am 100% certain that there are people out there that can read this type of market with no problem, that take, scalping moves that are just going to be in it for a few ticks, and that's cool, but that's just not the way that I trade. Everybody trades a little bit different. I actually got a lot of criticism when I first started my YouTube videos and my motivated trader and things like that from a couple of people who trade completely different than I do, and they were dissatisfied with my answer to what runs the market. And so I was like, it's people. I mean, plain and simple. They're without people, fear, greed, all that. And then people who are paying attention that run the market. And they wanted me to say volume and liquidity. And sure, I get that, but that's not the way my brain thinks when I'm thinking about the market. I look at the market as almost like just one person, one big group of people. And so today the market is sitting on the couch, feeling kind of depressed, not moving in any huge direction. I don't know why. They're like, why am I not moving? And yeah. Today's a sad market. Today the market needs some ice cream and some sad movies just to chill on the couch and feel better. Oh, all your EMAs are in the right direction finally. It's finally crossed below. Just barely. So now all three EMAs are in the right direction. You are below everything, but your MACDs don't seem to be slowing down very much. Here, they're starting to curl up just a little bit. Not much. I mean, look, I've already changed from we should be looking long to we should be looking short. So I got no damn clue what's going to happen. And I'm okay with that. And then I have a call in 20 minutes from now. And I will have to stop the recording because when I work with a student, I record our calls and I send them a recording of everything that we went through. So in case they forget, they can go back and reference. I've been doing this for a long time and I've seen so many people struggle for so long that I decided that was not going to happen on my watch. Did I make that angle up right there? I sure did. Start my angle down a little bit. Not quite as angly as I'd had. Is it going to give us the short? I'm not going to get in it. Then I'll mark it. But remember, we were just talking about longs from here because the market is giving us a bunch of junk. Wait till this gets... And you notice as I'm getting into a trade, I'm waiting for this number to get closer to the 0 number before I actually enter my trade. So in the red is pretty good for entering a trade. So, but look at the strength to the upside. This is actually, just trading from the area. There is everything to the downside. I don't know why it marked it there. I like to flow with the market. Today's just not a very good flow. It's trying to push down, and this is all the reaction that MACDs are giving in the 1597. This is painful to watch, guys. I'm watching this MACD, and I have the live MACDs on mine and the live EMA. To have the live MACD on, you want to set calculate bar on close to false. If I was in this one, I would be considering an exit very, very soon, because it did push down pretty hard. If this next BB doesn't push down hard, I would be considering an exit. Oh, take me out. I'd be getting out pretty much with a break even, if not a little bit of a loss on this one. If it goes down, then I would have been out. I don't like this long bar, close at the top. This is the only reaction in the MACDs. Pushed down. It pushed down hard and it pulled back up. Now sometimes it happens to where this just rolls down from here and keeps going. Sure. So this is my my scared exit, I guess, maybe, because I'm not waiting for this to happen. And you see exactly why I don't trade this type of stuff, this type of day, this type of market, because I get myself, it's like I talked about yesterday, I would get myself in and out of trades and they'd be going in the right direction, but I wouldn't manage them properly. Yeah. So, you know, if you got into this one and stayed in it, 1, 2, 3, 4, your risk would be about right here. And then you could move it down just a little bit more. So this may do that pop down, that weak retracement up, and the roll. I'm not going to be in it. I don't know why I sing those things. I'm sorry. Starting to get a spread of the EMAs. Nice push down. Then your next target would be right about here. I'm not sure. There we go. This may be the one. Boom, that would hit the next target. Then let's see where we get out without a scared exit whenever it shows. So I said mine would have been right around here. Here's the next one. Things are really starting to spread open. Isn't that cute? I say isn't that cute, and I'm laughing at myself, you know, because I think about how, I see it, but I saw along here. I wasn't comfortable. Everything was back below. I wait until I'm comfortable to trade. Let's see the next one. So I get pushed to close past that low. It's starting to try and pop up here. Just showing all the potential exits. Reversal bars are really good when you've got this long bar closed at the top, and then you start to see the movement in the opposite direction. That's when I go ahead and look for exits. If I'm looking at exits just simply based off of the way that the price is acting. Still got some strength down, but you have to remember the 1597 EMA takes a little bit of time to turn because it's a much bigger, or the 1597 MACDs, because it's a much bigger time frame. All right, I'm going to remove all these arrows. That just... Oh, there's a bird in the house. Oh, no. All right, calling it quits. There was a bird in my house. I gotta go get it out. Have a great day, everybody. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I've spent most of my morning looking at Instagram from Celeste Barber, probably my favorite one I've ever seen. But I did record this morning. I did not catch this. I put an arrow there, but I didn't take it. I was not feeling confident in the trade. I had considered taking shorts here, but the MACDs were still going up pretty strong for all of this. When this pulled back and gave me the double bar, and this was all the reaction I got, and I got the push down in the MACDs on the 610, I decided it was time to take the trade. Let's watch this push down a little bit further. Everything's in line for it. What I'd like to see is where we have the potential to go. It's about the same. Down here. I'm not really concerned with this pullback. It's very, very weak after such a strong move. Everything is opened up to the downside. This is actually a good area to look for another entry. What I'd like to see happen is like what happened here, and it faked me out earlier. Popped up, just to roll down. I'm not feeling like putting another entry in right now. This is a great place for it. And I may just splice the two videos together from today. I did have a call, but things didn't work out. Sorry, Jay. We're going to talk tomorrow. See if there's any fit areas down here I've missed. Nope, it's pretty much a wide open space down to that next one. Yep. Wide open spaces. Dixie Chicks, right? Room to make big mistakes. New faces, you know. I think that's how the song goes. It's been a long time. All right, buddy. It's time for you to push down. Do your job. Go to your home. Go to your home, ball. Actually, I didn't think I was going to get a trade in today. I will not be here tomorrow, so I'm sorry, guys. I won't have a video for y'all tomorrow. You're going to mess with me, huh, trade? Let's see how you're going to be. Starting to roll up on the 1597 in the MACDs. My stop is still in the right place. Everything is still open. I'm going to kind of anticipate and give a little bit of a pullback. I don't like the way this BB is popping up. But I'm still below everything. And you still have 530 ticks left. Another good area to add on another contract. Or two more if you like to do like I do. do it. Go into. Yeah, this is beautiful. I'm going to switch these two around. Because that's the higher entry. All right. There we go. I really liked this bar for another entry. It tries to push up really hard. The MACDs can't even pull up and equal that previous point. This is giving us another push down. EMAs are opening up to the downside. We've got distance between all three of them. This is beautiful. Two. Yeah. Just great. There's not a lot to say. Just watching what it's doing. It's pulled in the first area that held up a little bit the first time. MACDs have a lot of angle and spacing between them on both of the time frames, so I don't expect it to stop right here. Move this risk in with that one. Not a huge fan of this long bar with the close at the top, but a lot of times, especially when the MACDs stay in that angle, that we're pretty safe. Everything is opening up even more to the downside now. I'm going to spread this out a little bit. If this passes here, I'm going to move my wrist 2 ticks behind here. I want to see it push down and take out my first target. There we go. Oh, didn't take it out. going to take out my first one. Let the second one run for just a little bit. Laundry's done. There's still a lot of angle and spacing down. We're good. I even like the way that the 610 EMA is starting to point to the downside. I don't have to be on a call for another 15 minutes, so I'm good to watch this for a few. All right. I'm watching these MACDs. If they make a sharp turn, I'm going to go ahead and take my exit. And they are working to make a sharp turn. They haven't quite made the sharp turn. They're working on it. They're flattened out right now. The MACDs are still strong down on the 1597. Right now I have my wrist 2 ticks behind this pivot that pulled back, this long bar that pulled back with the push down. I'd like to see if this happens, I'm going to, if it pushes down from here, I'm going to move my risk 2 ticks behind there. My risk is really at one of the first areas that it could pull back, which is at the 610 EMA. This hasn't made that sharp turn, but it is really working to. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and close it out and call it a day. It's probably going to push down from here, but I'm good with it. Yeah, it's just, I've got a lot on my plate every day, but I have a lot on my plate today. And so we push down these bars that are long, and the EMA, I'm sorry, I can't even talk these past few days. My MACDs are showing some major potential for divergence, even though we have a lot of strength down, which says it can give a pretty decent pushback. So let's see how I did today. I don't even like to look at what's in the green whenever it's happening. Oh, I'm looking at yesterday. From 420. 3.5 and then 2. So 550. It may go down from here. It didn't really give a sharp angle. But I'm good. I got other stuff to do. I spent, what time? Like 20 minutes in the market. So, and yeah, I know you hear me say it may go down from here because there's no way to tell exactly what it's going to do. It's just what's happening at that moment, staying in tune with it, flowing with the market. You know, I get also a little bit of questions from people about how I'm not trading from specific areas. Excuse me. Hold on 1 second. And I know with what what Marina's teaching y'all, that you don't trade unless it's at specific areas, and it has to be below a certain area on your MACDs. That's not something that I really concern myself with. It's simply because I've been doing this for so long that you start to be able to flow with the market instead of relying heavily on the areas. Yes, this pulled back to the area. I waited till it gave me my confirmation. It gave me more confirmation right here, and it may go down from here. I wasn't prepared to hold for a pullback. I did not want to wait for it to come all the way back, possibly to here, before it took off. So that's my pain tolerance, is I don't want to hold through that. The MACDs have not pulled back on the 1597, so it could very well go from this point. I've taken one trade. This trade right here, I talked about, I did not take because I was feeling uncomfortable with it. I didn't like it. I showed a bunch of areas where it could have exited. I was actually talking about a long trade right here because of this specific pullback and the fact that we had just such a wishy-washy morning. Oh, there you go. Would have never hit my stop, and it's going to keep pushing down. But I am totally cool with my 5.5 points. You know, no reason to be greedy. And I got to run. So hope you guys have a fabulous day. I'm going to splice this with the other videos so that you don't have to have 2 videos to watch. It's going to take me a little time to figure out how to do it, and I may not be able to do it till tonight. So have a wonderful day. Guys, stay calm, stay confident, and that will help you stay profitable. So have a wonderful day.